If you guys have been following along for the last 14 years, you'll know that I do restore these old little cars. They really turn my crank. They make me happy. Love these little things. They're super fun. And I do a bit of paint work. Like I repainted this Honda 600. Came out really good. It's probably my best paint job yet. I really like it. Still have yet to drive it around to show it off, but it came out really nice. I painted the Dauphine as well, and I love driving that car, although it needs some mechanical repairs. I painted my Isetta. It came out really good. Painted the roof on the DKW, and even on a customer's car, which I don't like doing customer work because it can be very critical. I painted the wheels for this fella on this BMW Isetta. Matches the body color. Took them all apart, blasted them, primed them, painted them. Came out good. So I'll do some painting projects, but I would not consider myself a body shop. I am way more interested in doing mechanicals. However, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Walk back out here and pet the dog as we segue into our next feature item. Somehow I've taken possession of all these old Hondas and they're crashed. They're from customers. They're good cars, but they just suffered some type of a dilemma or impact, you might say. This is a 94 Accord I've had for 8 or 10 years. It's a really good car, and I bought it from some really good customers, so I know the history. It's a one-owner car, but it's got some accident damage here. I have another hood, which I got propped up there. I've got some headlights. I've got a radiator. Where is that radiator? I gotta find that. I have parts to put this car back together and make somebody a good car. But I'm getting into things that I don't normally do. I don't normally do collision. I do restorations like sanding and painting, but collision, I don't know. So I've got to figure out how to put this new core support in here, and that's just one thing. Then you got to make sure it lines up, everything fits, the hood latches, the bumper's straight, the headlights are aimed right, you know, everything works. Try to restore the air conditioning, try to restore the horns, all that stuff. So that's a bit of a challenge. I'm constantly pushing my envelope of comfort. I typically don't do collision work. And to segue into the next job, not only have I taken on the radiator core support of that car, but oh boy, wait till you see this one. So this is another gold Accord, a little older one, and it's been crashed. It's also a one owner, by the way, but it's crashed here on the passenger door. You guys saw me do a video on how I peeled this door apart so I could cut the latch, the striker, I should say, to get the door off. It was completely bent. And now we get a good look of the damage because I couldn't get the door open. So if you look close there, the lower rocker is it's bent worse than a horseshoe. I actually don't know how I'm going to fix that. I have to fix it because look at the door gap on this thing. And that's because this lower B-pillar is pushed in about, I don't know, 6 inches further that way. If I can figure out how to pull that back this way, I can fix this car. But I'm not a body guy. I don't have a frame puller. I have a tree with a cable, but I don't know how I can pull from the side. So this is crinkled really badly here, and it's pushed in close enough to where I can't get a finger between the seat and the lower part of the rocker and the seat belt. It doesn't want to work because there's not enough room. I gotta figure that out. I can put a new door on it. I do have another door. In fact, I've got a good door that's painted actually the same color right here, but I sure would like to take care of this before I put the door on. However, weather's coming too, and I want to keep this car nice inside. I'm torn. What do? I've got another fender. This fender's got a few dents in it. Easily pop that off. Just got to figure out how to get on there. I don't even know how to clamp on there and pull that back out, and how to put the car in a position to do that. So again, I'm scratching my head. I'm out of my comfort zone. What should I do? You know what I should do? I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to pet my dog. I'm going to pet my dog and think about this for a while. Maybe I should just go back to doing mechanical stuff. Stella, Enlighten me. Am I a collision guy? I don't know. Okay, so we've cleaned up our mess here in the shop of pulling this old Honda apart. I don't know why I spend the time fooling with these old cars. I guess I just love them. Love recycling, upcycling, making things better. So I got the door off. I got the whole rocker exposed. You can see it's got a pretty good bow in it right there. It took a direct hit right about here. And although this part down here is good, and this sort of has the it doesn't really have the shape it needs to be. It's got a big buckle right through here. That's the thing. This is bowed up. That's bowed down. This needs to come out. That needs to come out about an inch. I don't know. I don't know if I can fix it. Even though I do have a door for it, I'd like to save this car, but it may end up being a donor for one of these other cars around the yard here, put a different body on it. I don't know. It's a good running car. I love it, but I have to see if I can figure out how to do it. I'm trying to think if I can hook a chain inside there and pull on that to give me some strength to pull on. I think the base of the rocker is good, but the outer rocker is bad, and just cutting it and welding a new one won't work because it needs to be pulled. So I don't think it's worth me taking it to a frame shop. It would be thousands of dollars. So I'm gonna leave it like this for a little bit, kind of protect it from the weather, think about it, and figure out if we're gonna save it or move on. So scratch my head. I really want to save it. Instead of scratching my head, I think I'm gonna scratch my dog. That's what I always do when I can't think of the next step. Gotta let it kind of simmer. Stella, what do you think? What should I do? Should I fix the car or should I make a whole new car out of it? No answer. All right, thanks for watching. And that's going to wrap it up for this Honda Accord video. Hopefully we can make something good of this. I think it will. At least now we know what we're up against. That's the most important thing. Knowledge is power.